There is a quiet fear that appears when someone begins to drift away from our lives, not always suddenly, sometimes slowly. A message answered later than before. A conversation that feels shorter. A presence that once felt natural becoming distant. At first we try not to notice, but the mind senses the change, and almost immediately, another instinct appears. The instinct to hold on. Human beings are not built to easily accept separation. We form connections not only with people, but with the roles they play in our lives. A friend becomes part of our routine. A partner becomes part of our identity. A family bond becomes part of our sense of belonging. When those connections begin to loosen, it can feel as though something inside us is being pulled away. So we reach out. Sometimes we reach out with kindness. We try to reconnect. We ask questions. We attempt to restore the closeness that once felt effortless. But sometimes the reaching becomes something else. A quiet attempt to stop what is already changing. The Tao observed that life moves through cycles, arrival and departure, growth and decline, meeting and separation. Nothing that is alive remains perfectly still. Yet the human heart often resists this movement. We want relationships to remain exactly as they were when they felt safe. We want moments to stay unchanged. We want people to remain who they once were. But time does not grant this wish. People change, sometimes slowly, sometimes through events that reshape them overnight. Loss, discovery, disappointment, growth. All of these alter the way a person moves through the world. And when someone changes, the relationship we once knew may also change. Not because anyone failed, but because life continued. The difficulty is that we often interpret this change as rejection. If someone becomes distant, we may assume we have done something wrong. If someone walks away, we may believe we were not enough. But ancient wisdom invites us to pause before accepting this story. Not every departure is an accusation. Not every distance is a judgment. Sometimes it is simply movement. The Stoics spoke about this clearly. They believe that relationships, like all things in life, exist within the flow of circumstances. People enter our lives through events we cannot fully control. And sometimes they leave through forces we cannot control either. Trying to command this movement often creates more suffering than the loss itself, yet the instinct to hold on remains strong. We replay conversations in our minds. We wonder what we could have said differently. We imagine ways the relationship could still return to its earlier form. This is the mind's attempt to restore stability. But stability built on resistance rarely lasts. The wise do not lack attachment. They feel connection deeply. They value friendship. They appreciate companionship. But they also understand something many of us learn only through experience. That holding someone against the natural direction of their life creates strain for both people. What begins as connection slowly becomes pressure, and pressure rarely preserves closeness. This realization can be painful, because it asks us to release a role we once played in someone's life. It asks us to accept that we may no longer occupy the same place in their story. But acceptance is not abandonment, it is recognition. Recognition that life continues to move, with or without our consent. The wise do not rush to this understanding. They arrive at it gradually, often through their own losses, often through moments when holding on became heavier than letting go. Over time, they begin to see something clearly. That some people remain in our lives by choice, and others remain only because we are trying to keep them there. In the next part, we will explore this more deeply. Why forcing connection often pushes people further away. How Taoist philosophy teaches the power of non-forcing. And why the quiet strength of letting people walk away can actually preserve dignity for everyone involved. For now, simply notice this. The instinct to hold on is natural. But not everything that is natural leads to peace. Once we recognize how strongly we try to hold on, another question begins to appear. What actually happens when we try to prevent someone from leaving? At first, it might feel like care. We try harder to communicate. We offer more attention. We search for the right words that might restore what once felt so natural. But sometimes, the more we try to repair the distance, the more visible that distance becomes. This is one of the quiet paradoxes of relationships. The effort to keep someone close can sometimes push them further away. Taoist philosophy speaks often about a principle called non-forcing. The Tao teaches that what is alive grows in its own direction. A river doesn't need to be pushed to flow. A tree doesn't need to be commanded to grow. And a relationship cannot be held together through pressure alone. When something must be forced to continue, its natural balance has already begun to change. This idea can be difficult for the heart to accept because non-forcing can feel like giving up, can feel passive or even like indifference. But the Tao never teaches indifference. It teaches alignment. Alignment means recognizing when something is still moving naturally and when it is being held in place by effort alone. When a relationship begins to depend entirely on effort from one side, the balance slowly disappears. Conversations become careful. Moments become measured. Presence begins to feel like a responsibility rather than a connection. The relationship still exists, but the ease that once supported it has quietly faded. And ease cannot be manufactured through persistence. The Stoics approached this truth from a different path. They spoke about the difference between what we can influence and what we cannot. We can choose our character. We can choose our actions. We can choose how we treat others. But we cannot command someone else's feelings. We cannot decide their direction. We cannot guarantee that they will remain where they once stood. Trying to control what belongs to another person often leads to quiet frustration. The more we attempt to guide their decisions, the more tension appears. And tension rarely invites closeness. It invites distance. The wise learn to notice this moment. The moment when effort becomes strain. When care begins to feel like persuasion. When presence begins to feel like negotiation. These are signs that the natural movement of the relationship is changing. At this point, many people react with fear. They speak more urgently. They ask more questions. They try to repair every silence. But the wise often move in the opposite direction. They become calmer, not colder. Calmer. Calm allows space. And space allows truth to reveal itself. When we stop filling every silence, we begin to see the relationship more clearly. We see whether someone chooses to remain when they are free to move. This freedom reveals more than any explanation ever could. Non-forcing doesn't mean abandoning people. It means allowing their choices to be real. If someone chooses to stay, the relationship becomes genuine again. If someone chooses to leave, the departure becomes honest rather than prolonged. Both outcomes carry dignity. Many of the relationships that remain strongest in life share one quiet quality. They are voluntary. No one is held there by pressure. No one is held there by obligation. People remain because they wish to remain. This kind of connection carries a different kind of strength. Allowing someone to walk their own path requires a form of courage because it asks us to face uncertainty. It asks us to release the illusion that closeness can be guaranteed through effort. But when we accept this uncertainty, something surprising begins to happen. The weight we were carrying begins to lift. The wise understand that relationships, like rivers, move according to many forces. Some paths continue beside us for years. Some separate quietly. Neither movement needs to become a conflict. Both can be part of the same natural flow. In the final part, we will explore what happens when we fully accept this movement. Why letting people walk away can become an act of dignity rather than loss, and how this understanding brings a deeper form of emotional freedom. For now, simply consider this. Sometimes the strongest way to hold a relationship is to stop trying to hold it at all. When we first hear the idea of letting people walk away, it can sound like loss. It can sound like giving up on connection. But the wisdom behind this teaching points somewhere deeper. Letting someone walk away is not the same as pushing them away. It is allowing the truth of the relationship to reveal itself without resistance. The wise understand that relationships are not possessions. They're shared moments within the movement of life. For a time, two paths meet. For a time, two lives travel beside one another. And sometimes those paths separate again. This movement is not always failure. Often it is simply change. When we stop fighting that change, something inside us becomes lighter. The constant effort to maintain what is already fading begins to disappear. The mind becomes quieter. The heart becomes less tense. And in that quiet, we begin to see the relationship more clearly than before. we begin to notice something important. The people who truly belong in our lives do not need to be held there. They remain naturally. It's not because they are obligated, not because they are persuaded, because they wish to remain. This kind of presence carries a different feeling. It feels free. Freedom is the quiet foundation of healthy relationships. When two people remain together by choice rather than pressure, the connection becomes genuine again. There is no silent negotiation, no hidden strain, only presence. And presence, when it is freely given, is far stronger than attachment held by fear. Letting someone walk away also protects something within ourselves, our dignity. When we chase someone who has already chosen distance, we slowly place our sense of worth in their hands. Every unanswered message becomes a question about ourselves. Every moment of silence becomes a doubt. But the wise understand that another person's direction does not determine our value. By allowing someone to leave without bitterness, we return that value to where it belongs, within ourselves. We stop measuring our worth by someone else's presence. We stop asking whether we were enough. And we begin to live again from our own center. This does not erase sadness. Loss is part of every human life. Even the wise feel it, but they allow sadness to pass through them without turning it into resentment. They do not convert departure into accusation. They simply acknowledge the moment and continue walking. Over time, this posture creates a different kind of peace. Relationships become lighter. We appreciate the time people share with us rather than fearing the day they may leave. And because we no longer cling to every connection, the ones that remain begin to feel more genuine. They remain because they choose to remain. Taoist philosophy often describes this as moving with the current rather than against it. The river does not resist the changing shape of its banks. It flows around them. And because it flows freely, it continues its journey without exhaustion. Human relationships follow a similar rhythm. When we move with that rhythm, life becomes less heavy. The Stoics expressed this in another way. They taught that we should welcome what enters our lives while remembering that everything exists within the flow of time. People arrive, people depart. And the meaning of our lives cannot depend entirely on whether someone stays beside us. Our character remains our true companion. The wise therefore hold relationships with open hands. They welcome people warmly. They share time generously. But they do not close their hands in fear when change appears. Because they understand that closing the hand often crushes what it tries to keep. Open hands create space. And within that space, something remarkable happens. The relationships that remain grow stronger. The relationships that leave do so peacefully. And the person we become in the process grows steadier. Letting people walk away is not the end of connection. It is the beginning of a quieter understanding. That love does not require possession. That respect does not require persuasion. And that dignity sometimes appears most clearly when we allow life to continue its movement. If someone chooses to remain in your life, welcome them fully. If someone chooses another path, allow them to walk it without resentment. Both moments are part of the same journey, and both can be met with calm. The wise do not lose people lightly. They simply understand that every path cannot remain the same forever, and so they walk forward with open hands, steady hearts, and the quiet confidence that what truly belongs in their lives will never require force to remain.